episode 11, Daughters of Ferrix. Should you watch this episode or should you pass on by and make some dinner in the background? This is the Black Jedi. By the end of this video, you will know which action course you should follow. If I say anything, this episode was a very great setup. Previous episodes, I don't think did a very good job of setting up the other ones. Like, I feel like as a series, we've received several filler type of episodes, but I think this one striked probably the best balance of not being completely filler, but progressing the story enough to set us up for what's to come. I think it built a lot of anticipation for what was next, simply because we dived into a world of, and I'm speaking from a story standpoint right now, I think the story, we got bits and pieces of several different characters, right? From Cassian to even Cyril. We'll discuss that later. To Bix to Mon Mothma. But Cassian, we'll touch on first just the highlights of this episode. And as a Black Jedi, we'll get to the low lights later.
Okay. Yeah, so like opening scenes right off the bat, it opens up with Cassian and his jail mate, prison mate, friend mate, whatever you want to call him, on the mountainside. I thought those were really like awesome shots coming in from long shot and coming in close.
The film was very done really well.
Yeah, panned in real nice, really nice scene right there, and just them, doing their mountain climbing and whatnot. I thought that was a really cool scene, just seeing that from like the distance. The music right off the bat isn't really crazy. It's nothing out of the ordinary at moments that the series has had, which is fine. They want to experiment, I'm for it, but at the same time, this music kind of felt a bit more Star Wars-esque. Like when Marva had died, that part, they started pulling out the violins.
Yeah, the violins was coming through. Yep.
You feel me? So
that was on cue, right?
Exactly.
Which I feel like is tough. I kind of wish they'd been more consistent in the music in this type of series, because they played around with like the synth type sounds and stuff like that. At times I feel like didn't work.
Right.
So even with the theme, like, did they have the same theme song sound on this episode? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So I wish they had more consistency, if I'll be honest with you. But that did feel like a great moment, what you're describing there. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. And then of course and I'm gonna pull back other scenes, but with the ending, when they show like Cassian getting off the phone after Marva dying, or him hearing about Marva dying, and then he goes to the beach. It's crazy. They said it kind of like foreshadowed this, like man, he broke away from Ferrix and crap, I'm forgetting the other planet. I'm tripping. The one
Narkina.
Well, that too. He did break away from Narkina and Ferrix, and the one before Narkina.
The one before Narkina.
Aldhani. Yeah.
Aldhani. They heist. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, from Aldhani. Sorry, guys. From Aldhani, and then he went away, and then they showed the beach. Him going away on the beach. Goes to Narkina, in the prison. Breaks free from that. Comes back to the little beach planet. I forgot what it's called. Somebody in the comment section, let me know. But what I'm trying to say is that it foreshadowed. I think so. I think it foreshadowed when they had the sunset and they showed Cassian and the sunset on the beach, just like how they did on Rogue One when he died. In my opinion, I think that's just that foreshadow. Like,
it was great story. Yeah, great storytelling.
Exactly. At least for the people who like watch Rogue One, maybe might see that. I don't know about like people who just like casuals, but at least for me, when I saw that scene, I was like, oh man, that was just like Rogue One. When
great fan service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when he just passed away at explode the planet, and, he dies in the sunset. So I thought that was a really good scene. And yeah, the Narkinians, that was a really interesting scene.
That was so fun to see. Boy said him like Misa next
Yeah, bro.
character.
Like Mucinex characters, bro. Look like if that was a fart, if a fart was a person, it's them two characters right there, bro.
Tootsie
I'm telling you,
Two,
bro.
Freedy.
Freedy, this man named Freedy. Not Freddy, Freedy.
Freedy. I was so confused, man.
I mean, them dudes look like, I don't even know. They look like throw up. Look like a booger. That's what they look like. But there was some interesting looking characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got yeah, I thought that was cool. It wasn't nothing too crazy. I think it was just trying to break away from everything else that was going on. So they probably just added that in just to kind of fill things in, I guess.
Yeah.
And the big thing, in my opinion, is that Luthen, bro. That Luthen,
Oh yeah,
dangerous.
That
dog.
Luthen scene was probably the best of all the series. I can't hold you.
I'm telling
I can't think of. Actually, well, the only probably other better scene was the other scene with Luthen in it with his monologue. You feel me? Like they've given this man the best moments of the series, in my opinion. I think Luthen is
a dog.
He's probably the best character. Like he I like him better.
Luther, him.
Cashin. You know what I'm saying? He's him. He's Himothy, man.
He's Himothy.
Like
Luthen is Himothy.
That whole scene had me, and we got to do like live reactions because I was hyped in him up when I seen him going in, man. Because when you saw the tractor beam coming in on him, you was like, "Oh dang, this finna be it, right?" But then you like, "What's that little thing? Like that little gauge that was going up?" You feel me?
Out of it.
I was like, "What's gonna happen?" But then when he ejected a little like. I think you said the Boba Fett type of missiles, right?
Yeah,
or the Jango Fett type
Mando
things.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Little, I don't know, like the mini missiles or whatever. But like, yeah, it reminded me of that. But bro, this man disintegrated that whole tractor beam like nothing.
Yes, and he launched some things out, and then he had the little laser spin move was the hardest to me.
Oh yeah, bro.
I think he's rivaling the Chosen One's piloting abilities, in my opinion.
I can see that.
He'd probably be the best pilot in it, and it make you wonder too. What is his battle background?
That's what I'm saying,
It make
bro.
you think like, dang,
like,
this dude a cold boy. Like in terms of what has he seen? It makes you just it makes you think where
the Clone Wars too.
Yeah. Was he a part of the Clone Wars? What role did he play in the previous years leading up? Like I don't know, man. It just that spin move was something else to me.
Yeah,
because we never seen that in Star Wars. I feel like even the taking out the track. Usually when it's the tractor beam drawing them in, it's like it's a wrap. Because we seen that from A New Hope. It's like we're getting put in by a tractor beam.
Yeah,
you say it's like it's over. You know, you can't do nothing about it. But this dude said, "All right, now I'm a one man show. Let me show you what did that dude do."
Let me show you something right quick. Man, pulled out that trap card, bro, real quick.
Fast, man. He ain't nothing to say.
Like he's like Mr. Krabs. He's like that. He's like, you thought you had me.
You know what I mean?
You thought you was feeling me?
Yeah, man. That he was look. So that to me was it's moments like that I feel like pretty much elevate the whole show. And so I feel like if they would have just had more moments like that throughout other episodes that are more filler, those can make them feel less filler. But when you don't have moments, because I feel like some episodes of Mando were also filler to a degree. They didn't feel like they progressed the story as much, but you knew in certain episodes you still would have certain standout moments.
Yep. And
I think that's been my biggest issue with Andor, that even though we may have some people are arguing it is more the TV drama type of vibe, still you can provide the traditional Star Wars fan base with that fan service of just dope Star Wars moments that get us going like crazy, you know what I mean? Like when we seen that, we was turning up. We was like, damn, this is hard, you feel me? You know what I mean? Scratch that. It's just scratch it just for you. Ain't gotta do the whole, you ain't gotta be a Marvel or nothing, but just scratch the itch every now and then to like make us be like, dang, this is hard, you know what I mean? This is cold. So I feel like that was probably the most powerful moment. The whole scene with Saw Gerrera and Luthen too. That was a dope exchange.
And then
you know
Forrest
what I mean?
Whitaker, man, he an awesome actor,
man,
bro.
he's dope, man. Forrest Whitaker, we gonna give you flowers again,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Please come to the podcast. We gotta have you on the channel, but like that was top tier action.
Crickets, man.
So this is war.
Yeah, he.
For greater good.
Yeah,
man.
He's slick, man.
And the tension that you could see the tension in their faces, and just him kind of realize, even like distrusting his own men after that. Like,
yep.
Are you with? You know what I'm saying?
You with him? Yeah, seeing that scene really was cool. Just really get more insight on that. So I thought that was really
like
cool.
Crazy, you know what I mean? And that's just, I feel like more moments like that where it's tension, anticipation, and we're starting to see that. I think it did a really good job just building up towards that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Marva's whole funeral too. I think I like the fact that we saw the most black characters on screen we've seen so far. You feel me?
Right.
So that was cool. I mean, downside too, they were still kind of extras. You know what I mean? But we got to learn the black lady's name, who's probably a caretaker of Marva at the end. Her name was Jessie, but spelled with the 2 Z's. You know what I'm saying? We keep subtitles, so it was Jezzy. You feel me? That white dude was like Jez, you feel me? So that was interesting to see. And then even Vel and Clay's exchange, just Clay was talking about, I don't know, it almost got a little played out though when they tried to do another thing where Vel was like, what have you done lately for, you know what I'm saying, him? And then she's like, I always, you feel me? So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, just don't overdo that particular thing. I don't know, because I feel like that was such a powerful moment with Luthen the other time, but it could just be a writing thing too, right? Where they're giving this white man all these very great moments, but then these white ladies are not giving them the best moments. You feel me? It could be the you know what I'm saying, typical strand of kind of sexism within the universe you did. But either way, I feel like that scene progressed the story enough well too, and then my Mothma coming into it.
Kind of talking about those
Chandrillan
accounts.
Yeah, that was interesting,
that
to
money
say the
thing.
least. Said like 400,000 missing.
Yep.
And that's like, yikes, we in hot water now. You know what I mean?
Ain't $10 missing, but that's 400,000.
That's too much. You know what I mean? And I say, so you know, it's the Black Jedi, right? So we'll get into the downsides a bit, unless you got any other things you want to highlight.
For the most part, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah. And so, playing off of that whole scene with my Mothma, I feel like was cool. But this, once again, what I'm saying, I feel like moments, it's been dragged out.
Yeah.
I feel like you could cut at least 2 to 3 minutes of dialogue in that space, and we still would have got why my Mothma was tearing up by the end of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're not getting to the point when you need to. And even side stories like Cyril's, that's probably my biggest frustration with the series so far, is that, which I'm sure it will be revealed, and we'll see why Cyril is so important as a character. Yeah. But at the same time, it feels like, why do we need to,
kind of like a drag every single time?
Every time we going through it. And then he has like, he from the trenches or something, because they got dial up holograms or something. It was breaking up. I was like,
that cable television.
He got cable TV type of. I'm like, man, how do you not? This is Star Wars,
got
man.
That television with the knobs on it, boy.
I know the was do a little receipt. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
flat screen in that mug.
Yeah, Brody. I was like, man, I just, especially after his exchange with Dedra, I feel like they made him a cringe character. Yeah. And I have no beef with having those cringe type of characters, but I really don't think we need to dive into his story as much. And this goes into the whole idea too, right? And I mentioned this to KJ. It's like, we had that one black dude in the other prisons break scene that I feel like could have been a dope companion piece to Andor, even though it'd still be a supporting role, right? But if he would have made it out, how come we couldn't have any other black main role actors in this series that survived. You know what I'm saying? But instead we have this dude Cyril, who's just like this pest. You know what I mean? It says I'm calling him a pest because dude is not progressing. Anytime we on the scenes, I'm just like, bro.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the actor. I'm talking about
it's not even
the
an
character.
actor. It's not even an actor, right?
The character Cyril. Yeah.
It's
that's
just his
what we're saying. Yeah.
The character is not like, just the fact of his character has been given so much airtime.
Mm-hmm.
Just definitely makes me like, bro, why?
Sorry, all right.
Why?
I mean,
yeah, let's move the little little Disney dive on the screen, you feel me? But hopefully we may see some type of things come to fruition with why we focus on the story so much in this last episode. But
our opinion could change. Who knows?
Potentially, maybe it might be a dope plot twist to where Cyril is super crazy and we're like, dang, he going hard.
Mm-hmm.
Not likely, but there's always the potential. And that's so. Other than that, man, probably my only other small beef would be Jesse, right? Jess being a dope. I feel like us getting to know her name was a good step in the right direction, right? But because it's the Black Jedi, right, we have to touch on the consistent images within film of black women, and it's a deep history. If you look it up, the mammy stereotype of black women is that it goes back to slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they're the caretakers of white people, right? They take care of the kids, take care of the family, and their roles and their characters don't extend beyond that. And I think we've seen just the same way with
seeing the Tom and Jerry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not given any type of characterization development. We've gotten her name right, but still it's just in relation to the preparation. Then she's like off screen in like a second, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so we have this stereotypical image of Jessie. We don't get to see much development from her. We saw the same thing from old boy that had got lynched, right? He was the caretaker of Cass
Clem.
at the time. Yeah, Clem, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name was Clem at the time, right? But then he kind of disappeared, right? So the treatment of these black characters to not get stories developed, and then on top of that, and this is a real slight, and so this could be speculation too, but we had Wendy, right? Black lady that Cass rebounded with back when he first got arrested. We had her in the cut with this one alien dude. You feel me? And so it's like, who knows? Maybe she was waiting around for Keith, I think was his name at the time. Like Kerry said, maybe she was waiting around for Keith for a while, but apparently she back out here in the streets. You know what I mean? And so it's like,
belong to the streets.
She belong to the streets. It's just like, dang, man. Here's my issue with that, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have any problem with Star Wars portraying the more intimate aspects of like sex and making that a thing, because I mean, we are adults here, right?
Exactly.
But my issue is when we weren't given any resolution about what she went through losing Keith. Maybe he was a one night stand. Maybe there was more. We didn't get any intimate details about like her character and her, like how that affected her. And now she's with this alien dude. So now we're only seeing her through the lens of those little small moments of sex, right? And so that's my biggest issue as another black woman character. That's a lot of times what they end up being reduced to is sex objects, you know what I'm saying? And as extras to the story and not aiding it at all. And that's what we saw, right? We don't know if she got any resolution. We don't know who this new alien dude was that's in the cut. You know what I mean? But that's, you didn't even get her name either unless you had the subtitles on too. Yeah. So for those who didn't know, Wendy, once again, she was the black lady that was in the cut before Cass got arrested that first time. But those are probably my biggest Black Jedi comments, because Black Jedi, we gotta talk about these things, man, or else you're gonna keep doing it. You feel me? Right. Y'all probably will too anyways, until you let people like us in the room. You feel me? So But man, overall, what would you rate this episode, KJ?
Probably like a 8.
8.
Yeah, I'd probably say like an 8.
I feel that.
I think those strong moments is really
those strong moments did elevate it a lot. Yeah, it carried it for sure. It carried it. No question. I would probably give it a 7.6. I'll be generous. You feel me? Because I do feel like it did carry it. I think it was the perfect setup episode. Like I'm saying, like it's how, in my opinion, it's how the other episodes that were setups and fillers should have been done.
Yeah,
like it felt like it carried it. Those specific moments helped carry it to the end. You know what I mean? Could we have done without the cereal scene? Yes.
Yep.
Could we have done without certain moments in time of Mon Mothma scene? Yes. But still, it was a solid offering, and it set us up perfectly for episode. Like I'm excited to see episode 12, right? So when I feel like when something does that, it accomplishes its job. You know what I mean? It gave us just enough to be satiated.
That's right, man. Hey, I think that's solid. I think that's solid, man. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be ready.
So, one last thing. Actually, should we chop it up to another video predictions for episode 12? You think?
Probably.
Okay. This has been the review of Andor episode 11. We think you should definitely, without a doubt, watch it. Don't play yourself. Tap into it. It's amazing. It's awesome. We giving spoilers of it, but it's nothing like watching the full thing. You know what I'm saying? So grab a friend, grab some popcorn, and tap in. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment below, what did you rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? We'll see you in the next video. This has been the Black Jedi.
Signing off.